over the last year or so, I have been barraged with offers to look at dozens of cryptocurrency deals. As I looked at them, I saw one common theme: funny money, monopoly money. You could get their digital money at 2 cents a coin, but what could you do with it? Nothing. Could I go to Starbucks and buy a cup of coffee? No. Could I go on Amazon.com and buy something? No. Could I put it in my bank and convert it to cash? No. Could I put it on a Visa or a Master debit card and pay a bill or buy something? Heck no. And people kept telling me, you got to get in this. This is the next Bitcoin. No. This is the next Bitcoin. Jump in now. It's going to be the next Bitcoin. All I could think of is, why is everyone comparing themselves to Bitcoin? What the heck is so special about Bitcoin? So we decided to look into Bitcoin, which started in 2009, and of all the digital currencies out there, it is the only one that is widely used and accepted as a real currency. Can you go to Starbucks and buy a cup of coffee with Bitcoin? Yes. In fact, there's thousands of retailers that will gladly accept Bitcoin. Can you go on Amazon.com and buy anything you want with Bitcoin? Yes. Can you put it in your bank or convert it to cash? Yes. You can even use it to buy gold or silver if you want. What's most exciting to me is not how far Bitcoin has come in the last few years, but where some people say it's going. In this short video, you'll hear from some very well-known, very influential people who are a lot smarter and a lot richer than me. They'll give you their perspective on Bitcoin and its ultimate potential. After that, there's a short video to show you how we can earn and acquire 5, 10, 15 Bitcoin a month and more, much more. Enjoy!
The world is in financial disarray. Currencies failing, economies in wild flux, jobs being lost. But what if you could build an entirely new economy, one specifically designed for the digital realm? Well, that is the dream behind Bitcoin.
And what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a currency on the internet.
Well, Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And, of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
I sent 100 euros worth of Bitcoin from here in Tokyo directly to you guys through this camera, through the network, through the TV, right into your home. If I had tried to do that, send you the money with a traditional bank, it would have taken several days and probably cost 30 euros. I just did it right now with Bitcoin instantly, basically for free, and didn't have to ask anybody for permission. I didn't need a bank. I didn't need a government. I didn't need anybody. I just needed myself and you and our smartphones to do it. That's the power of Bitcoin.
As promised, we continue our conversation with the founder and managing director of Draper Fisher Jurvetson, a venture capitalist, Tim Draper. He recently beat out 44 other bidders at the U.S. government's Bitcoin auction last week. Tim, you now own 30,000 Bitcoins, estimated value roughly $19 million. Are you that much of a believer in the virtual currency?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think Bitcoin is as big a transformation to the finance and commerce industry as the internet was for information and communications, as peer-to-peer technology was to telephony. I think this is as big a change as any of those are, and I am very excited about Bitcoin and what it can do for the world. It's going to open up the world in even a bigger way than the internet did, right through commerce.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill. Okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water right now.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I personally own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Because what you're talking about right now is for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store value. It is gold 2.0.
I think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually.
Well, I think it is working. And there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin.
He's the CEO of Zappo, which is a Bitcoin wallet and Bitcoin vault.
I think it's mostly a very positive thing. I think we're going to see ups and downs like with any other emerging technology. But I think Bitcoin is here to stay, and it makes sense that it be taxed and treated like any other.
So let's make a bold call here. In 10 years, what do you think Bitcoin will be worth? One Bitcoin?
Between $500,000 and $1 million.
A lot of people are just seeing the charts and thinking, how high will it go? What I'm doing is counting backwards. I mean, this is a transactional currency, and it is a store of value. As such, it is a product and a service competing on a very tangible market for stores of value and for transactional currencies. So what is the size of that market?
Right. And this is important.
And how big a market share can Bitcoin realistically take within a foreseeable time frame? When you ask that question, then you come up with a market cap of Bitcoin total, and then you divide that by the number of Bitcoin in circulation by your estimated time, and seeing how Chinese are buying Bitcoin like crazy. I actually had to adjust this number upwards, but then you come up with a number of about $2 to $5 million per Bitcoin.
I suggest that everyone go back to buy one Bitcoin. Not too much, only one is enough. If everyone in this world, people, just to go back buy one Bitcoin, the Bitcoin value go to the $1 million.
Rick Falkvenia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global Forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin.
Currency of the future, or is it the payment system they're developing?
Bingo, it's the payment system. It's the blockchain encryption, and there are interesting things. I think Bitcoin, or the really blockchain encryption that's behind it, has a greater ability to bring more of the world's population out of poverty than anything we've seen.
I do believe that we've got a big opportunity here in Bitcoin. There are new technologies. There are smart contracts being built around Bitcoin. There's a whole ecosystem being built that's going to make commerce much easier, with much less friction, and safer, where you actually will have your Bitcoin account at BitMe is safer than your cash account in any of the investment banks.
All right. Well, at the very least, I hear what you're saying. That is a diversification play at the very least. Tim Draper, we thank you always for your time.
Thinking that it's too late to get involved in Bitcoin is like thinking it's too late to get involved with the internet, or too late to get involved with using a cell phone. Like, it's not too late to get involved in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin becomes really popular all over the world, Bitcoins are going to have to be worth at least tens of thousands of dollars a Bitcoin, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per Bitcoin. So it's ubiquitous in our lives, and Bitcoin's going to become ubiquitous in our lives as well.